Hey people, I love helping people. The only thing I love more than helping people is making beer squirt out of somebody's nose. But I keep a compressor and tire plugs and tools in my truck. I never leave a girl on the side of the road. If I see I can fix something real easy without breaking a sweat, I'm gonna stop by and push a button. I'm gonna fix it. About 10 years ago, I was after work. I was at the local bar. All the contractors, mostly contractors, hang out, a couple military, and so the handyman come by and he was giving me some advice on something, and this guy was really dumb, and I seen it. I could fix this problem real easy because he was always giving everybody advice, and he really. So I told him, you're the dumbest person in here, and beer shot out everybody's nose. Everybody dropped their head, and he says, "No, I give good advice." And he looked over, and nobody would look up at him. And so he asked, and so a friend said, "No, you're pretty dumb." And two of them fessed up, and I wasn't trying to be mean. I just saw that there's a problem. Everybody was having a problem with him getting their conversation and giving him advice, and he really had no clue. And I could fix the problem really easy without breaking a sweat. So, when you're stupid, you're the last one to know you're stupid. You're too stupid to know you're stupid. So, I'm going to give y'all a little too stupid test, and a lot of y'all are going to put your fingers in your ears and do the la 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 thing. I get it all the time. People don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to know how stupid they are. But here goes. I'm going to give it a try. My brother-in-law posted this on Facebook the other day, and he's saying, because they found these giants, that proves that the Bible is real. That's like saying, well, the stars are in the sky and God said he made the stars, so that makes the Bible real. No, it has nothing to do with it. So there's about 10, these 5 things you can see in this one picture that prove it's a fake picture. And you can tell by the spelling of Nephilim that this comes from somebody in China. But you look quick at it and you see the shadow on top of the skull, and then the shadow under the arm. So these are taken in 2 different times and placed in there. You look at the lighting on him compared to the lighting in the rest of the cave and on the skull, and you can tell that this was placed in there. But I'm gonna give him a test here. Hopefully he'll look at it. And it works out real well with this, because it says these photos from recent archaeological digging in Greece, where they discovered the skeletal remains of these giants that prove that the Bible true, because Genesis 6:4 said there were giants on the earth in those days. So I'm going to argue with nobody about that. I can prove that the Hebrew Bible was written 6,000 years ago. So this is the Mediterranean Ocean. This is all African countries down here, Egypt, and all the east, all the deserts, and the Saudis over here, and the Chinese and Russia up here, and all Spain, France, England. It's all the countries are here, and this is Greece right here in the middle. Greece and Athens. And so everywhere in all of these countries, every country, if you hear somebody holler nay, nay, that means no, no. Only in Greece do they say nay, nay means yes. They changed the language in Greece. Nay meant no everywhere in the world. All the way around the world, in the courthouse, if you say nay, that means no. There's no possible way that Greece being right there in the middle of everything, is going to have a total opposite language. And this looks like a we. We would be French, yes. Oui, O-U-I. Oui, yes, yes. Nay, nay, no, no. And it's not just a mistake here. All the way through the Greek Bible, the Old Testament and New Testament, they're going to tell you that nay means yes. Everywhere, nay means yes. You know, that should be your first clue to think maybe King James didn't give us a good interpretation. All your other interpretations come off of this King James. So this is the same as in the Hebrew. They'll take just a couple words and they'll give them a set meaning. And the rest of them all can mean they're in the same category. S-D-O, 2D, ek, 2, estin. They're all in the same category and they could be switched around and mean the same thing. And this word, then, these, this is tato. All these words are names of Egyptian gods. They're Greek names of Egyptian gods. And it's the same as the Allah in the Hebrew. They say it means things, and sometimes they say it means God. But this is Thoth. Thoth. And it's the same category as Utus. This is the name for the eye of God in Greece. Utus is the eye of Ra. Tutan, Thoth, and Utus. They just give it the meaning this, things. And this esta, you know, you'll hear Spanish people or somebody who trying to learn Spanish, they'll say, they're trying to think of a word, esta, it is, trying to think of what they're going to say. It is what that means, esta. And this ponero, meaning the wicked one, the pony, boy, that's the Pope. The pony ro. Ro is the one they say is evil in Hebrew. The hero is H-R-O-U, hero. Same as the one they say is evil in the Hebrew. The pony hero. The pony hero. In logos, you know, logos, you've been told to mean logos a word. We know what a logo is. Logo is an embodying idea, a statement. It's not a word, it's a whole statement in a picture. And so they really got this Greek totally twisted, silly. That's why I don't study it a lot. I learn a lot more out of the Hebrew. I look over here to compare and try to figure out some things sometime. But this Greek is a total waste of time. It was all designed in order to shadow the Hebrew writings, because they were trying to hide what the Hebrew writings were said. And that's your clue right there, is when the nay changed meaning. There's no way that this country right here in the middle of all these other countries surrounded by water, you know, they had to have an influence of language from the surrounding countries. Every one of them says nay means no. There's no way that you're going to survive thinking nay means yes here. So this is why I don't study the Greek a whole lot, because most of our language has been, you know, the language we learned from the Latin has been forced onto these meanings that they forced on this Greek. And this Greek was forced over the Hebrew to try to hide what the Hebrew says. That's why I mainly stick to the Hebrew. And Jesus coming is the same trick they were using 10,000 years ago and probably before that. And that's what the Hebrews were running from out of Egypt. There was no Egypt. It was from Christ. It's where your word Christ come from. That's what they were running from. They done figured out that scam long ago, and they were running from it. You can see it here in from its rise. There was no Egypt. And they do the same thing with the Hebrew. They change the words up as they want. It's just not as bad as the Greek. And you can pull something out of it. But I mean, the same word that means Sabbat, S-B-O-T, S-V-O-T, Shavat, they say means weeks. And that's only because it comes after this Shavo, they say means 7. But when you find this Shavut or Shavat, and there isn't a 7 around it, then they just changed that word to mean 7. The same word that meant weeks now means 7. They just make it all up as they go along. And so if you want to try to figure out this Greek, just remember, every time something starts with a vowel, a O or a U especially, just put an H in front of it. Ho or who, human, H-U-M-O-N. And so this is not we, but this is how, H-O-W, how. No, how. To through. D means through the. And you'll see it in French a lot, D before a proper noun. And it means through the, and that lets you know that it's a proper noun coming up. And this Paris, P-E-R-I, Paris, this is per is a house. The house is on. And that's talking about that's talking about astrology. You know, the house is on Thoth, the house of Thoth. And so all the ancient languages, you know, the gods were the houses of the sun, houses of the sun, the houses of the moon, and the house is on Parisian, to Thoth on, Ek, the fold of, to give to the pony row. The pony is the one in charge, and the row is everything underneath the one in charge. All those under is in. Esta is in. But yeah, that's why I don't mess with this Greek. I'm studying on that in Hebrew, and I about got it busted up pretty good. All right, I'm gonna cut this off here. Good day.